Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM20 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's season 13, episode 8, and today could be the biggest moment of the series. A top flight elite level title could be won in this episode. We've got 3 more Premier League games remaining. We need 2 wins. The first 2 are games in hand. We can get our chance, we can win them. It doesn't even go to the final day. If not, we could have a nervy last few moments. We've got Liverpool and Everton, the Merseyside clubs, at home in 7th and 5th place respectively, and then away to Stoke in 10th on the final day of the season. Our rivals have got an easier run-in, but they have been dropping points galore in the tougher games. So obviously the twists and tales in the last week have been immense. If you are looking forward to this one, please do put a thumbs up on the video. After our first ever triple header last episode, we could have another one today. Hopefully not, as it will mean we're dropping points if we do. But if you want to stay up to date, as we've got a Europa League final coming on Tuesday as well, please do subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on as we go and take a look at the schedule. We've only had a few games off camera. You're with me for the United, City and Valencia ties. We then didn't even have to worry about the Europa League because we won away from home 3-0, Mila with a brace and Yepes. So the second leg we played off camera, a 2-1 defeat, but we got to rotate, which worked brilliantly. Will Mila getting himself another goal. And away at former club Charlton, a disappointing 2-2 draw, though Alfredo Mendes did save the day late on. Otherwise, this would have been squeaky today and it would have gone to the last game. But the good news, of course, for us comes elsewhere. If we start scrolling back from the Premier League, you can see yesterday Manchester United beat City 2-0, which worked out pretty well for us. The game before, City were held at Liverpool, our opponents today, so they've dropped further points, and now United are the closest rivals again. United can get to 83 with 1 game remaining. We can still get to 87 with 3 games remaining, and Manchester City to 81 with 2 games remaining. So if United win their last game of the season, City can't actually stop them. But for us, we need to get 2 wins, and we know nothing else can stop us. That will take us to 84, enough to make us champions. So of course, despite the relatively poor run of form by our standards, the dynamics look excellent. We've got a European final to look forward to and Champions League football returning next year. But one of the pressures we've got today is that we're not top of the league, and that hasn't happened for about 30 weeks. So let's look at the 11 we've gone for. It's as strong as can be. Fathi's not quite back from injury. We've still got a couple of areas to rotate. Zenet Gross still out. So we've still got a couple of key players missing. But this is the 11 we've gone for. It's Gigi Akobe in goal, tried and trusted. Mazzino and Ortega the fullbacks, with Abdullah and Al Jahani centre half. Yepes in alongside Harper. Andrew in number 10. Antonio's done okay, but we are sticking with tried and trusted. Rashford on the left, Mendes on the right, Will Mila, who is in blistering form up front. Fingers crossed they can get us over the line. Into the first game we go. It's Chelsea v Liverpool. Can we get one step closer to the title? Who would have thought it was going to be this close? Here we go then. 4-2-3-1. The £100 million striker up front. Trent Alexander-Arnold still in at right back. We might have to make a very slight tactical tweak today. But I'm going to give it 10 minutes first. I know it might be a regret. And then we'll come back to it if we need to. Into the first half we go. We need to get a victory here. Marcus Rashford, free kick on the right early on. Dangerous position. And that is just about the perfect start to the game. The fans go wild. They know how important this is. It's 4 minutes on the clock and Chelsea lead 1-0. I mean, Mendes and Mila have been the 2 players the last month who have dragged us kicking and screaming towards the line. And to be honest, Marcus Rashford there with a brilliant delivery. No matter how bad he declines physically, he'll always have that. As Liverpool try and play out from the back, we need to make sure we don't give this up. Ortega intercepts it though, finds Mendes. The goal scorer gives it to Angerin. Time to have a shot. Oh, it's at the outside of the post. It was a great effort. And 15 gone, it should be 2, but Chelsea utterly dominant so far. Though Liverpool have now got a corner, and that's all it takes sometimes as it's headed on the line. Oh my word, how has that not gone in? He literally had it on the line, Griffiths. And how it didn't go in, I'll never know. But the first very big scare of the day, and we've just about survived it. I'm going to stay on positive, but I've just taken the actions to control the game a bit more. As Mendes with a free kick. Oh, it's against the bar from Al Jahani. Another good one goes begging. I've dropped the wing-backs to defend and the Mazzala to support, as Liverpool have really come back into this until the last 5. So we're going to tell the lads we're pleased. We're going to get them to keep it up. They look delighted, but we have to hold on. And if we can get a second, that would be great. But we won't celebrate too early this time like we did against City last episode. Here's Yepes in the middle to Harper. Switch of play to Mendes. In behind at the byline. He's got the right back with him. But he keeps possession. Crosses for Angerin. Falls for Rashford. And the man I slated in the last episode as being past it has scored the second goal. And to be fair, that is putting us one step closer to the title. But we still have to get the victory. We've thrown it away from 2-0 against City. We can't do that today. But as it stands, we're back on top of the Premier League with just 2 games remaining. 25 minutes left on the clock. Mazzino with a throw on the right to Yepes. Lovely skill to find the right back again. Yepes for a second time, back to Harper. 30 yards out, switches it to Ortega. Has space. Might have a go here. He does have a go. And what a time for the Liverpool keeper to make an error. He palms it into his own near side netting. And it is Chelsea 3, Liverpool 0. And surely this episode is going to end with a Premier League title. No one would have expected this at the start of the season. As Mazzino's coming forward again. Delivers in. Mendes shot's blocked. And it's behind for a corner kick. We were expecting 3rd or 4th. To be top of the league, I know everyone else has had a poor year. 83 points should not win you the league here. But either way, we've taken advantage and that's all that counts. Yepes has a shot saved. It's been a brilliant performance. And we'll make changes once this sort of highlights is over. So long ball forward down the Liverpool right. Run out of play almost by Coronel, but he keeps it in. Ortega does really well though. That's brilliant defending. I've got to say, Vinagre's been first choice all season. Threw a little wobbly a couple of games ago. And Ortega has stepped in and been such an adequate deputy. And he's now first choice for the season. As Mendes beats 2 men. Into the box alone, it's saved by the keeper. But he looks absolutely unplayable at the moment. 20 minutes remaining, it's still 3-0. And we'll go and make some subs. Antonio on for Angerin. Yepes will be replaced by Arthur maybe? I think we'll bring Arthur on and we'll play with 2 playmakers. So 1 on support, 1 on defend. And then we'll leave Will Miller another 10 minutes. I don't want him to lose his sort of run. We might have to take Rashford off because we haven't got enough left winger. But we have, of course, got Robson Ramos on the bench. As Ant-Nouri picks it up on the left for Liverpool. Into Capuano. The last thing we want to do is create a grandstand finish. Ortega and Harper combine. On the edge of the box. Back to Gigi Akobe. I thought he'd give it away there. But we're breaking free on the right with Mendes. It's a 2-on-2. Mila's getting into the box. Mendes could find him here. Goes alone instead. And that is absolutely world class. Alfredo Mendes runs the length of the pitch and puts it in. Fires it past the goalkeeper. And it is Chelsea 4, Liverpool 0. And what a way to bounce back. What a way to bounce back. I think we have to make the final change. And I'm going to rest Steve Harper. I feel that confident. I'm going to push Henrique Abdallah into midfield. He can play as the playmaker on defend. Harper will be replaced by Luke Henderson at the back. He gets a chance to play more of a key role in the title chase. Although to be fair, he's played right back for most of it due to injuries. And we tend to go, we are in celebratory mood. We're back on top of the title race. With the goal difference, City basically can't catch us now. And all we have to do is win on Thursday night against Everton. And United cannot catch us on the final day. It's Chelsea 4, Liverpool 0. A brilliant performance to start. A thoroughly deserved victory and glittered with world-class moments. The lads are pleased, we're pleased. And we're now back to face Everton in 3 days' time, where a win guarantees us the title. Let's see if we can do it. We're back for Game 2 against Everton, the chance to win the Premier League, but we've got some other interesting news in the meantime. The final of the Europa League against its Serie A side Atalanta, who I almost managed in FM20 ironically, is going to be at the City of Manchester Stadium. So in terms of nation, we've got home advantage, which is certainly going to be interesting. But there we go, plenty of interesting moments to come. We've got fitness tests galore. Ansu Fati still not quite fit. The other 2 look like they're ready to play. And I said about City's goal difference, they beat Bournemouth 5-0 yesterday. So maybe they're not quite ruled out yet. But a point today rules City out. A victory wins us the title, and that has to be the aim. Against an Everton side who are still chasing Champions League football. They win today, they're favourites into the final day, and keep it all in their own hands. So let's go and get into this game. Chelsea-Everton, dynamics still looking perfect. We have got to take advantage of our status as favourites. Antonio, Fati, Gross, all unavailable. Antonio replaced on the bench by a goalkeeper. No risk to be taken today. And I think the rest of the 18 is going to stay exactly the same. Because why on earth would we change that team? So yep, we're going for the same 11. The only change is Perez, the goalkeeper, on the bench for the injured Antonio. Slightly weakens our midfield options as substitutes, but let's be honest, it's still a very good side. We are 90 minutes away from being Premier League champions and the biggest moment of our career by far. Let me know if you think we can do it. No cheating, let's see if we can make it happen. And a 4-4-2 puts a spanner in the works. Everton going for something different. In the middle, they've got Olmo, a player I recognise. And to be honest, aside from that, it's a lot of regens out wide and up front. They've got the skipper, the number 11. How many goals has he got? 20. And Lefemir, 3. So definitely in terms of Savani, the striker to be scared of. Jordan Pickford's still there, but on the bench. And so is Fikayo Tomori, a former Chelsea youth player. So there are going to be some interesting moments. But we're going to tell the lads in front of a packed Stamford Bridge to do it for the fans. Few of them are motivated, some are confident, and I'm sure there'll be a few that are nervous as well. But all looking composed so far. Can we get a good start again? Just under 10 minutes on the clock, and it's Ortega with an attacking throw on the left-hand side. Harper concedes possession though, and this is not the way we wanted to start. Harper giving away chances. The through ball puts Savani in. Abdullah's not going to make it, and it's Palacios actually running on the midfielder. But DJ Akobe makes an excellent save. Stood strong, stood tall, and the striker didn't know what to do. And the midfielder didn't know what to do with it. But Everton are coming forward again, and that man Palacios is being given acres. He gives the switch of play, and it finds Kramer, the right back. Going inside to Olmo. We already know his playmaking abilities, but the through ball only finds Ortega. And now Harper gives it to Angerin, surging into the Everton half. Beats one man, puts him on his backside, gets to the edge of the box, and his shot's tipped over by Fernandes. It's a brilliant effort. And it could have been the moment we needed. I really feel if we go ahead, we'll win comfortably. But that has to happen, and at the moment, it's still a bit nervy. Mendes' corner doesn't beat the first man, but it's straight back to him. He's challenged, and Al Jahani wins it back. Inside to Harper. Can we find the through ball? Al Jahani again, back to Abdullah. We're going backwards, and it's all the way back to DJ Akobe. The goalkeeper getting a touch there, but from our own corner, that's not ideal. But it finds its way back to Harper in the centre circle. He's got space to run into, but his switch of play is poor. Though Yepes recycles it to Mazzino. Through ball to Will Miller. Has to score. Oh, he's hit the post. Will Miller hits the post from an acute angle. The first touch wasn't the best. But that could have been the moment. And it gives us the dominance in terms of the stats. Not possession, but otherwise we're looking on top. We just need to get that breakthrough. As Silva gets the switch of play. Intercepted by Mendes. Miller takes on the centre half. Has a shot dragged wide. Oh, he's not got his shooting boots on today. This is not the time for this. We really need him to get the goal. 10 to half time is still 0-0. And it's a throw-in on the left again for Ortega. He finds Angerin and Rashford. Lots of experience there as Rashford beats his man. He's got the fullback with him but goes back to Harper. Chance to deliver. To the right-hand side to Mazzino. His cross finds the centre half. Away to Yepes and Mazzino again. Second chance to deliver. Doesn't. He gets challenged, but he still comes out with a ball. Finds Mendes. Now Yepes. And Yepes scores the goal. What a fantastic finish. Rifles it in the 28-year-old Colombian. And experience showing all over the park. As on the stroke of half-time, it's Chelsea 1, Everton 0. As it stands, we are champions in 45 minutes. As the half-time whistle goes, a good performance. We'll encourage the lads. We just need to be a bit more careful though. I'd normally drop the wing-backs, but they've been the dominant force in this game, so I'm going to keep it as it is. And we'll get into the second half, hoping we can get a second and just wrap this game up early. And we started with a free kick right by our own defensive corner flag. It goes short to Mazzino and now Mendes. Into Yepes, over halfway to Angerin. Through ball to Miller, has to score. Oh, he's found the keeper, but the rebound's in. Will Miller's 25th goal of the season. And surely that makes us Premier League champions. Brilliant play from the centre forward. Didn't give up after the first chance. And fingers crossed, that's job done. 25 minutes remaining. Not much happening, to be honest. I'm going to take Rashford off, who's had a poor game. And it's going to be Ramos coming on for him. A winger on attack. Just gives us that bit more balance. And we'll leave it 5 or 10 more now. It's a free kick for Everton. This is the last thing we want. Thankfully, just over the bar. And to be honest, we're starting to run out of puff now. So the perfect timing for Harper to be replaced by Artur. He's got that ability on the ball, and that's what we need. He's just going to sit in front of the back four. As Mazzino wins a free kick, it will be taken by Alfredo Mendes, and we don't even get to see it. 10 to go. Mendes off, Serrano on. Surely we can't throw it away from here. It's a throw-in for Chelsea again. Ortega takes it to Angerin. back to the left back, delivers to Mila, header, it's in, and that is the title wrapped up for sure. With 9 minutes left, it is Chelsea 3, Everton 0, and my word have we done this in style. We are going to be champions in 5 minutes time, and we can rest players ahead of the Europa League final, which will be a grandstand finish in Tuesday's episode. Artur delivers the corner. Mila had a free header for a hat-trick, but puts it wide. But who cares? We're in celebratory mood now. We've got another throw-in, and we look like we're going all guns blazing. We said if we got the first goal, it would all happen as Robson Ramos with a thundering header. Serrano from the right, the sub delivers. And Ramos, the sub from the left, heads in. It is Chelsea 4, Everton 0, and the same score gets us the success again. 2 emphatic win over Merseyside teams, and a title in the Premier League. The unexpected feat at the start of the season. Other teams have slipped up and allowed us to get here, but what a wonderful way to wrap it up. Everton playing out from the back. It's just a matter of time now. I'd like the clean sheet as Tomori's on, but it doesn't really matter. Back to the centre-half Silva, into Olmo. Time on the ball, switches the play, but Mazzino intercepts. Andrew into Yepes, where's the gloss? Can we get a Mila hat-trick maybe? Serrano, charging through the middle, back to Ortega the left-back. He's got Artur inside him, but goes to Angerin. Angerin does go back to Artur though. Ortega keeps it. Artur again. Yepes. Artur. Brilliant football. Switch to Serrano. Back to Yepes. The right back's there, but he goes to Artur instead. Through ball to Ortega. 3 in the middle. Serrano's one of them. And he's headed it over. It was a wonderful move. But it remains 4-0. And there is the Premier League title being lifted. The blue suit gets an outing. Chelsea get a trophy. And there's one more final to come. The Europa League in 2 games' time. And it could be a fantastic double yet. Chelsea 4, Everton 0. And Premier League champions in our first season. That is absolutely incredible. There is the confirmation. 4 points clear with all the games played. City won their game in hand. United can't do anything to stop us. And we are Premier League champions. Everyone's got to be delighted. The board are favouring it. We've finally got the win silverware thing gone. Even till last week it was there. But now we have won the Premier League title and no one can complain. We're 4 years ahead of schedule on that plan. We're praised by the supporters. We're praised by the board. The medals go out to as many as possible. And actually, there's not that many players that have been used. 5 matches at least. And there's not a great deal in terms of numbers there. Mila's on form as we secure an easy victory. He's going to get all the praise in the world. And Solskjaer was watching us. Who cares? He's not signing Will Mila. Let's say that straight away. But a wonderful season culminating in a Premier League title. But it is not over yet. We will be back on Tuesday for the Europa League final against Atalanta. Let's see where they are in Serie A. They're in 4th place. It looks like they're going to be competing for Champions League football. And their season ends a week later, which may benefit them yet. Who knows? But if you enjoyed this episode, seeing us lift our first Premier League title, and you're looking forward to the Europa League final on Tuesday, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of those 2 wonderful performances. What a time to return to form, that's all I can say. Let me know as well what you think will happen in the Europa League final, and please do subscribe down below and turn those notifications on to make sure you stay up to date, get alerts as episode release, and come and join me on Tuesday for that massive final as we try to wrap up a double. What this does do is allow us to focus on the Champions League next year and the domestic cups rather than the Premier League. As long as we get top 4, I'm sure they'll be happy if we win trophies. Finally, please do check out the podcast channel in the eye above. We've got interviews with loads of professional footballers and different people from within the game, as well as matchday vlogs, predictions and topical podcasts too. So thank you so much for your support. It's been growing really rapidly and we hope you continue to enjoy the content. But a big thanks for watching this one and following our first massive title success in the head coach. And can we follow it up with the Europa League victory? We'll be back on Tuesday to face Atalanta. I hope to see you there.